Hey, what's up, you guys? My name's Jason Wheeler with FastPaceRealEstate.com. Thanks a lot for being here. I really appreciate it. If you're here, if you're watching this video, it's highly likely that you're on my buyer's page. And what I wanted to do with this quick video is I wanted to kind of go through with you real quick, because most people are really nervous or hesitant about reaching out and asking help from a real estate agent or realtor. And what I wanted to do today is I wanted to go ahead and answer the most common questions that I get asked from brand new home buyers right when they call me out the door, okay? Why do I want to do that? Number one, maybe these are some of the questions that you wanted to ask, but you're afraid to call somebody. So my main goal is, once I answer these questions, I want to go ahead and if you have any further questions, I would love to be your guy. I would love to be the guy to answer all of your real estate questions if you are looking to buy real estate in the Diablo Valley here in California, Northern California, okay? So question number one that I get asked almost every single time when someone reaches out in regards to buying real estate is, how much does it cost to work with a realtor? Okay, how much does it cost to obtain a mortgage? Okay, now closing costs are a whole different beast. Usually closing costs when you buy real estate equate to about 1% of what your purchase price is going to be. Those are third-party closing costs that aren't related to your real estate agent or your mortgage broker. But in most cases, if you're a buyer, your real estate agent or your realtor is going to be paid, not from you. You get to work with them basically for free in most cases. But they're going to get paid by the person selling the home. The person selling the home is going to pay their fee. So you don't need to worry about paying a real estate agent a bunch of money if you're a home buyer, okay? Now that's in most cases. Consult your realtor on that. It could be changed depending on who you're working with. And same thing with a mortgage broker. If you're working with a mortgage broker or a lender, 9 out of 10 times that mortgage broker is working for you basically for free. And what they are going to do is they're going to get compensated by the bank or the lender that they're working with. So if your main fear in calling an agent or a realtor or mortgage broker is how much are they going to charge me, you can rest easy, because they're probably not going to charge you much, especially right out the gate, okay? In most cases, it's covered. The second question that I get asked on a regular basis is, what is the best way to get my financing together? Well, I always recommend talking to a mortgage broker or somebody that has multiple banking relationships. If you just walk into a bank branch, a retail bank branch that's on your corner, they're probably just going to fit you into a really small box. What you want to do is talk to a mortgage broker, get a referral, go online and do some research, look at reviews online, make a couple of phone calls, and interview mortgage brokers and let them know your questions, and always work with the person that you feel is serving you best, or that your gut says is who you want to work with. But always work with a mortgage broker rather than just walking into your retail bank. I always recommend that, okay? The third question that I always get asked is it cheaper for me to purchase a home or rent? Now, this is obviously different for everybody in every single case, but up here in Northern California, in my market, most people are paying around $3,000 just for rent. And the fact is that you can actually purchase a home and own it outright, or obviously you're going to have a mortgage in many cases, but you have full control and ownership. And you could usually, in many cases, keep your payments the same, give or take, as what you may be paying for rent. Obviously, it's impossible to tell that unless we look at it, but I would be happy to offer you a rent versus own analysis anytime you want. Just ask me for it, email me, and I'll go ahead and get that for you with just a couple of quick questions. The next question that I get on a regular basis is, how much do I need for a down payment, okay? Now, a lot of people think that you need 20%. You need this ungodly amount that a lot of people just don't have sitting on the desk there. And, you can't come up with that kind of money. But believe it or not, we actually work with a program where you only will need 1% for your down payment, okay? Now, guidelines and lending rules change all the time, so depending on when you're watching this video, I don't know if this program will always be available. But as of right now, let me know your questions. I have a program that could get you into a home for 1% of the purchase price, which is unheard of. We haven't seen these types of loans since before the big market meltdown in 2008, okay? Now, that situation is not going to fit everybody. There are some income requirements and some guidelines, but there are options for 1% down payments, okay? So let's see here. The next most important question that I get is, once I find a home, how long is the closing process? How long does this all take? Well, obviously finding a home, making an offer, that could take time and a process depending on your market and how easy it is to get in contract. But once you're in contract, you know, depending on your bank who you're working with, you should be able to close that home, you know, within anywhere between 17 days on the fastest end, probably about 17 days, to a more reasonable time frame would probably be about 30 days, and that would be if it's a good, easy transaction. If things go wrong and there's some problems that you got to go through and work through, then it could take, you know, it could take as long as 45 days. It depends on your situation, but there are several different ways to go about that, and your mortgage broker and your realtor are going to be able to help you through that process. Okay, so those are the most common questions that I get when somebody originally reaches out to me at first as far as wanting to buy a home. What I'm going to encourage you to do is go ahead and contact me below, click the link below depending on where you're seeing this video, and you can go ahead and get a copy of my free crash course for first-time home buyers. It's a 20-minute course, and I also answer in detail with PowerPoint slides several different issues that first-time buyers ask me on a regular basis. Almost everybody that goes through that course loves it, and they think that it was time well spent. So thank you for being here. If you have any further questions about buying real estate or about getting in this market, you'd be surprised what you might be able to do. I encourage you to reach out to me. I encourage you to get your questions answered, whether it's with me or somebody else. Get your questions answered, get your financing in a row, and let's do this. Let's get you in a house, and let's help you with that American dream, you guys. Thanks a lot. Make it a great day.